Howdy folks, AJ coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer, and this is the latest installment of Beer 30. And today's selection is called Polygamy Porter by the Wasatch Brewing Company. And it is indeed the darkest of the dark types of beer. It's got a lot of roasted, dark roasted flavor to it. You'd almost swear that there was coffee beans involved in the process. That's how rich and roasted it tastes. Excellent. Excellent. I like darker beers, so for me it's awesome. So today on Beer 30, I just thought I'd talk about a couple of things going on. There was an auction last week on eBay by a specialty seller that is known as the Collector's Trove. I believe that's it. Let's see here. Yes, the Collector's Trove. And what this specialty vendor does is they take very specific collections of role-playing, of old out-of-print role-playing publications, usually large collections by people who were involved in the industry. They had a Gary Gygax auction. I did buy one piece from that auction, and the one that they just had last week was stuff that was owned by David Cook, who worked for TSR for quite a while, and the stuff that he put up for sale, he's still alive. Nothing happened to him or anything like that. He just he made a statement basically saying this was stuff that he just wanted to get rid of to make room for, the way he put it, new obsessions, I believe is how he was quoted. So a lot of the stuff was rare, one-of-a-kind items like documents from when he worked at TSR that were either signed or on letterhead, and we're talking they were going for $200-300 for one document, those kinds of things. But he did have some other stuff in his collection that were much more reasonable for someone like me to be able to bid on. So I was able to. I actually got 3 pieces, and one of them is actually one of the things that he was the author of, and here it is right here. It's for those that don't know, that is the where it says Top Secret SI. That was the second edition of the Top Secret role-playing game, where you basically were playing kind of like a James Bond type character. That was the type of game world that it was. It was an espionage game, and I have a video where I talk about espionage themed role-playing games in my videos, and I'll put a link below for that if you guys want to check out that video. Anyway, so he did author this. This was his personal copy of the book. It is actually an accessory for the game. And then you get, with every one of their items that the Collector's Trove does, they do a certificate of authenticity. And over here, where are we? Right there. He actually signed all the certificates of authenticity. It's an actual signature. It's not an auto pen type deal or whatever. And it gives a description here and everything about the item. So I got that one, which I thought was really cool because of one of the items that he actually was the author of. And then I got a copy of the RPGA Role Playing Game Association. I was able to get a copy of that, and Come think of it, I probably should not have just shown that. I don't know if that's his current address or not still. If that's the case, I will have to edit that out. So there may be a weird edit in there if that is, in case if that shows up, that address shows up there. I probably did not need to do that. And then the other item was a module for the Gangbusters. I know there's glare, but it's in plastic. So the Gangbusters role-playing game. And this particular item is still in shrink wrap. And then they have it actually in plastic on top of that. But it's actually a brand new in shrink wrap item. And again, certificate of authenticity. So anyway, just so you know, you can go to eBay and put the collector's trove on your like watch list or something. Like there's a way to do it where if they have auctions and they only have them maybe a few times a year, and there's actually a website and it has a calendar of upcoming auctions and so forth. So if you are a role-playing game collector like me, it's a good resource. So anyway, I wanted to show those that I was able to get. And then I wanted to talk real quickly about this book. I've spoken about it before, but I had just started reading it in the other video where I spoke about it. It's called Ready Player One. It's by a guy named Ernest Cline. And this book is outstanding for anybody that calls themselves a gamer. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail. I go into more detail in the other video. I'll put a link to that video also if you guys want to see it. But basically, if you are anybody that was a gamer during the 80s at all, the references to all the different types of gaming franchises and everything that are used in this book in a very creative way. I don't want to give you spoilers away or whatever. It's just fantastic. And the way they described it here, one of them was, the Huffington Post said, the grown-ups Harry Potter. And I've read somewhere, I don't know how true, I have not confirmed this, but I did read it. It may just be rumor at this point. But the rumor is that he has sold the movie rights to somebody, that there is a possibility of a movie in it. If they were to make a movie out of this, and I can't go into a lot of detail about it without giving away spoilers, but if they were somehow able to make a movie out of this, for people like, for geeks who are gamers and people that grew up in my era in the 80s and everything else, it would be like a Wayback Machine if we had access to a Wayback Machine. If they did if they did the way it is in the book, it would be awesome. So anyway, they have a Facebook page for this. It was a bestseller, so it's named one of the best books of 2011. So it's actually been out for a while, and just a fantastic book. So if you're so inclined, if you're a reader, I highly recommend that, and I hope they do make a movie out of it. So anyway, that'll do it for this edition of Beer 30. I'm going to finish this beer, and then I'm going to watch this back and see if I have to edit out that address label somehow. So if there's a weird edit, that's what it's from. So we will catch you guys on the flip side.